So what's going on?
Not much. How was your day?
It was all right.
And just like that, our conversation would be over. For the longest time, this is exactly how Mark and I initiated conversations with each other at the end of long work days. Sure, we greeted each other and asked a couple questions, but they weren't the right questions. They were meaningless inquiries that were stale and thoughtless. And not surprisingly, our conversations went nowhere, which in time ended up hurting our relationship.
Thankfully, before it was too late, we learned to communicate more effectively. We learned that if we really wanted to deepen our relationship, if we really cared to know what's going on in each other's heads and each other's hearts, we needed to ask better questions and then really listen to each other's answers as well. Specifically, we learned that we needed to ask questions that carry this one fundamental message. I'm not just checking a box here. I'm asking you because I really care how you feel and what you have to say. I really want to know you.
So today, we want to help you ask the questions that will save your relationship from a lot of grief. The bottom line is, if you don't want to have shallow, meaningless conversations with the important people in your life, you can't ask shallow, meaningless questions. A thoughtful, caring question is a key that will unlock the closed doors inside the people you love.
Yeah, that's right. And although Angel and I did learn this the hard way, we're happy we learned. We don't ask shallow questions anymore like, what's going on? Instead, after several years of practicing more mindful question asking, we now find ourselves naturally asking questions that actually strengthen our relationship. So let's take a look at some examples.
Question number 1. What made you feel good about yourself today? Ask a loved one this question to help them celebrate what's right about their life right now. It goes without saying, not every day will be good, but there will always be something good about every single day. The key is to notice these things and celebrate them. We must train our minds to see the good. Positivity is a choice. The happiness of our lives and our relationships depend on the quality of our thoughts. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change how we think about it. And the first step is celebrating what can be celebrated. The lessons, the laughs, and the love we've experienced along the way. And best of all, when you help a loved one celebrate these things, your gesture in and of itself becomes something worth celebrating and smiling about.
Question number 2. What has been making you feel alone and unworthy? This is a difficult question to ask and an even more difficult one to answer, but it's absolutely worth it. Sometimes we feel as though the entire world is crashing down around us, as if the pain we are experiencing is unique to only us in the moment. This, of course, is far from the truth. We are all in this together. The very demons that torment each of us torment all of us. It is our challenges and troubles that connect us at the deepest level. Once we accept this, our relationships become a place where we can look at each other in the eye and say, I'm lost and struggling at the moment. And then we can nod back at each other and say, you know what, me too. And that's okay, because not being okay all the time is perfectly okay. If you think about the people who have had the greatest positive effect on your life, the ones who truly made a difference, you will likely realize that they are not the ones who tried to give you all the answers or solve all your problems. They're the ones who sat silently with you when you needed a moment to think, who lent you a shoulder when you needed to cry, and who tolerated not having all the answers but stood beside you anyway. Be this person for those you care about every single chance you get.
Question number 3. What have I done recently that helped you feel loved and appreciated? This is a great question, not only to ask someone you care about, but also to ask yourself. Think about it. How are you showing your love and appreciation? If you struggle with this question in any way, here's a wake-up call for you. No matter how sure you are of someone's love, It is always nice to be reminded of it. Loving someone and having them love you back is the most precious phenomenon in the world, and it should be expressed as such. When you truly love someone, be loving in words and deeds every single day. Don't beat around the bush, be straightforward. If you appreciate someone today, tell them. If you adore someone today, show them. Hearts are often confused and broken by thoughtful words left unspoken and loving deeds left undone. There might not be a tomorrow. Today is the day to express your love and admiration.
Question number 4. What scares you about our relationship? Truth be told, what often scares us the most is our vulnerability. How we are unavoidably vulnerable to each other when we choose to be in a relationship. So discuss this fact openly. Clear the air, all of it, with the people you care about. Consider the fact that all of us are subconsciously hardwired to connect with one another through friendship, through love, through intimacy, and so forth. And your willingness to be vulnerable is the gateway to the affection that you crave. But it does take a serious amount of courage to push the limits of your vulnerability forward, to dig deeper and deeper into the core of who you are as an individual, and not only love and accept the imperfect parts of yourself, but also expose them to somebody else, trusting that that person will hold them lovingly. Ultimately, to love is to be vulnerable. And to be willing to be vulnerable is to show your absolute greatest strength and your truest self. Finding and nurturing the right relationships that make this kind of love possible is a beautiful, lifelong process.
Question number 5. How much have you loved yourself lately? No one in this world can expect anyone else to love and respect them more than they are willing to love and respect themselves. Period. So if you want to awaken happiness in a relationship, start by living a life that makes you happy and then radiate your happiness into your relationship. If you want to eliminate suffering in a relationship, start by eliminating the dark and negative parts of yourself and then radiate your positivity into your relationship. Truly, the greatest power you have in this world is the power of your own self-transformation. All the positive change you seek in any relationship starts with the one in the mirror. Decide this minute to never again beg anyone for the love, respect, and attention that you should be showing yourself. Today, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. And from now on, I'm going to act like it. It's important to be nice to others, but it's even more important to be nice to yourself. When we practice self-love and self-respect, we give ourselves the opportunity to be happy. When we are happy, we become better friends, better family members, and better lovers.
Question number 6. What else hasn't been asked or discussed? This is a simple question you have to ask yourself, as it leads to other relevant questions you might ask a person you're in a relationship with. It's about tapping into what you already know is going on in their life. For example, if your husband had a big meeting today, you might ask, how did you feel during the meeting today, hun? Or if your daughter has been talking about a new friend she met, ask her, what did you say to your new friend during recess today? Or if you know a friend's mom is fighting cancer, don't avoid the topic. Address it directly. How is your mom's chemo going? At the end of the day, you can't be afraid to dive deeper and have certain conversations. Remember that questions are like gifts. It is the thought behind them that the receiver truly feels. We have to know the receiver well enough to give the right gifts and ask the right questions. Generic gifts and questions are all right, but personal gifts and questions feel a lot better because love is personal. The more attention and time you give to the questions you ask, the more beautiful the answers will become, and the stronger and stronger your relationships will grow. Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Angel. And we thought it would be fitting to end this video by asking you a question.
Yeah, that's right. So please leave a comment below this video or on the markandangel.com blog post link to it. And let us know, what's one question you need to start asking the people you love more often?